Hi, Circuit Riders. Welcome back. We are getting ready to leave Arizona, but we've had a slight change of plan this afternoon. It is currently 10 after 3 in the afternoon, and we've made a last-minute decision to get going early and make it a few hours down the road before tonight. We were scheduled to leave tomorrow and drive like a 10-hour day over to Los Angeles, and we were thinking, well, we could do it if we switch, drivers often and we stop for breaks and stuff, but that's a really long drive. And the campground in Los Angeles called me this afternoon to see what time we would be arriving. And I said, well, what if we arrive after dark? And she said, oh, you don't want to arrive here after dark. It's dark here. It's dangerous. There's a lot of hills and stuff. We really recommend that you arrive in the daytime. So we said, Quartzsite, Arizona is 3 hours from here. Let's see if we can make it over there before sunset. Just find some boondocking spot in the desert, and then we'll be that much closer to get to Los Angeles tomorrow at a good time. So I'm pretty hopeful that it'll be an easy parking job in Quartzsite. The big RV show and big tent and stuff that was there in January is over now. So I think a lot of people have left, and it's not quite so busy as it was earlier in the winter. So let's see how it goes. Oh, and by the way, it's taken us about an hour and a half to pack up start to finish. Usually we do an hour or so of packing up the night before we go, just so that we're ready to go in the morning. And then in the morning we're showering, dressing, eating breakfast, getting Ella ready. And so it usually takes us another hour and a half in the morning. But without having to do that kind of wake up and get ready routine, we've been able to do the whole thing start to finish in an hour and a half. So that's really good intel for us to know how fast we can do this. Well, we made it 5 minutes down the road and we have pulled over into a parking lot because something is not working with our hitch. Our hitch has an airbag in it that keeps the RV from bouncing too much down the road. And right before we left, Jason tried to put some air in it just to top it off like we do with all of our tires and everything. But something seemed to go wrong and it didn't look like it was filling with air. In fact, it seems like the air has drained out of it. So we started down the road. The RV is really, really bumpy, much worse than usual. So we've just pulled over here to see if we can fix it. So this hole is the indicator of how full the air is in the airbag. There's supposed to be a little bar across there.
Yeah, and
we've got this new Ryobi air pump that goes up to what? It's supposed to go up to 150?
Yeah, and so maybe I just wasn't using it, or... See anything going out?
No. I think you should get the Vire out.
All right, Vire it is.
Maybe if it's so empty, that's not strong enough to...
That's okay. I haven't put the Vire away thinking, no, we don't need that.
Yeah, this little Ryobi doesn't seem to be doing it. Maybe the airbag is just too empty for it to overcome it. So we'll get out our good Vire.
This is putting weight on it too. So it's not just the airbag.
Yeah, the RV is pushing it down now.
That's okay. It's right here.
We got the little pump because we thought it would be faster and more convenient, so we didn't have to get out the Vire and hook it up to the engine and batteries and all that stuff, but...
It was good on the truck tires. That was very helpful.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah. I'm going to lift this to take the pressure off the ball. It's coming out. It's putting up to the 45 pressure and then going out. So that's what it's supposed to do.
Oh, there it goes.
Okay, awesome.
Now it's way full. Great.
Yep. So just for some reason, either I did it wrong or that, remember the battery was low after you'd filled the other stuff? So the little handheld one maybe
wasn't strong
just didn't do it, or I let air out.
Okay.
It could have been complete user error. But we thought, this doesn't feel right. And we, not immediately, we
found a safe place to pull over.
Quickly enough, safely pulled over.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna retract all.
Okay.
We've got chocks in we have to take out. We're gonna do our regular list here of checking that this is all hooked up correctly.
Okay.
All
right, we fixed it. Let's keep going.
Yeah, we've gone like 300 feet, and that already feels different. Before it was just very, you could feel it move the truck with the RV, where this is smoothed out, which is the point of having the airbags there.
Good.
So good. Here we are in Quartzsite.
It's either a great idea or a terrible mistake.
We'll find out about the next 30 minutes. I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna park in here is what was my thought.
Why don't you walk in front of me with your flashlight? Well, I think I can turn in here pretty safely.
All right, Lisa is parking here in the Quartzsite. We've got a fire pit that we're not gonna use. Look at her come in. Nicely done. I got the headlamp on. Keep going, Lisa, another 10 feet. All right, you can stop. Quite the deal. Well done.
We did it. We're boondocking at Quartzsite, Arizona. This is our first time. We've been to Quartzsite before, but we've never camped here. Well, I'll show you all around tomorrow morning when it's light out. Good night for now. It's a beautiful morning here in Quartzsite, Arizona. We had a great night boondocking here. Super easy off the road and into this huge parking lot. Now there's not very many people here right now. Like I said before, the big January rush of Quartzsite is over now. If you don't know about Quartzsite, Quartzsite is a town on the Arizona-California border. It's in the middle of the desert, and it's famous for having lots and lots of BLM land, Bureau of Land Management land, where you can camp for free or very, very cheap. Every January, Quartzsite has a large RV show down in the town, and year-round there's a ton of booths and little shops down there that you can go to. But in January specifically, there's a big tent that they put up with a big RV show, and tons of people come for that. So I think that after that event is done in late January, people kind of start to clear out of here. So we weren't too worried about finding a spot last night. We had read online that February should be pretty easy, and it was. We stopped at the Plamosa Road lot. We found it on CAMPGROUNDS.com. CAMPGROUNDS is a great resource if you're looking for free boondocking or cheaper, any campground, but especially for free things. So we hopped on there, and this is one of the only times we've ever driven somewhere with like not really knowing where we were going, not having a reservation. We very, very rarely do that because I'm a planning freak and I always want to know exactly where we're going. But since we have heard so much about Quartzsite and we've been through here before, we were confident that even in the dark, if we did our research, we would know where to go and be okay. So the area around here is kind of split up into little almost campgrounds, little designated areas that are named. Some of them have camp hosts. Some of them are just open desert. Some have little fire pits like where we are. There's fire pits dotted all along here where people can park. And a lot of RVers might all winter out here. You can camp in these spots 2 weeks for free, and then you'd have to move. But some places, I think you can buy like a membership card, and then you can hop around certain designated areas with that membership card. So there's lots of different ways to stay here, but it is a mecca for RVers in the wintertime, and just thousands and thousands of RVs here over the course of the winter. So we have driven through here before. Last time we were in Arizona, we've never camped here before, so I'm so glad that we had the chance to just stop by for one night, and you can see we did a great parking job and had plenty of room. And we're gonna get going to California.
This was the other spot we could have stayed, but we liked how easy the one we were at was to get on and off.
Yeah.
I almost think we did this before.
This will be our last cheap gas for a while. We are here at a $3.79 diesel right on the border of California. When we get into California, we're going to be paying high $4, low $5 for the next couple of months.
You have any firewood?
Nope. Here we are, heading towards the north of LA. I didn't forget what this was like.
Hi, circuit riders. Welcome to Los Angeles. Well, not quite. We are about an hour north of Los Angeles in the little town of Acton, California. I cannot believe we are only an hour from one of the biggest cities in the country right here. It feels so remote. We're up here in the mountains north of LA. We've been having a great week here. We are at Soledad Canyon Thousand Trails. This is the closest Thousand Trails to LA. And the reason that we're here is because we wanted to visit Universal Studios to go to their Super Nintendo World. We will show you that in a separate video. But I just wanted to give you a little quick view of this campground. Like I said, very remote up here in the mountains. Now you might think that there would not be good internet here since we're kind of surrounded by these hills. When we checked in, I asked the lady at the front desk because it's a first come first serve, we can pick our own site. Which site is going to give us the best internet? She said, go up to the top of the hill to the N section. And even though it's only 30 amp up there, that's the best internet. So we have a spot up there that you can see here. We've had great internet up here. Now I was really concerned because a lot of the reviews online of this park say there's no internet signal here. It was horrible. We couldn't get online the whole time. So I was really concerned coming here that we were going to have trouble working, but we've had no problem with our AT&T. Even our T-Mobile is working well here. So just a tip for you, if you're coming to Soledad Canyon, try to get up on the hill. Now you'll see down here more in the canyon where these rigs are. We're kind of down out of the hills in the trees. These are all 50 amp sites. They've just revamped this whole section so that this is the only 50 amp section of the park. But I think the internet's not as good down here. So we would rather have 30 amp and good internet than 50 amp and not. Another drawback of the 50 amp sites down here is that it is right across from this train track, and also the highway or the main road goes there. There are several trains per day that come through here. They blow their horn when they get to this intersection, so it's very loud down here. So for those reasons, I would not choose to stay down here in the 50 amp section. But up on the hill, I can still hear the train, but it's kind of off in the distance. Not a big deal. So here's our site here up at the top of the hill. You can see we've got a beautiful view of the mountains here. And I was excited to learn that the Santa Monica Mountains, which are surrounding us here, is actually a national recreation area. So recently, Jason and I have put together a Google map of all of the national park units in the United States. We actually found one online that we were able to download and then customize for ourselves. We've even added in the Canada national parks because we might want to start collecting some of those as well. So now, whenever we go to a new place, we're going to check this map and see if there's any national park units nearby that we might be able to collect. And the Santa Monica National Recreation Area is really close to us here, so we're going to head over and explore it. Well, we're going to have to leave that till next time. So next week, we will explore the Santa Monica National Recreation Area. We're going to drive down the Pacific Coast Highway through Malibu, so I hope you'll join us for that. And until then, have a great week. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.